Alright everyone, welcome back. This is Bike Talk episode 41, and yeah, got the webcam going today because my phone smashed, but we'll get that fixed soon. This is where I review roasted bikes. Let's get into it. Alright, first up we got Charles, and he says long time listener, first time caller, got it from the bike dump and the brakes insane. He just wants a review, so just a normal review. Keep up good work, thanks Charles. There's his Instagram. Alright, looks like it's a Falcon black diamond older style bike. You can see the metal dock disc there. Let's see if we can find a side shot. Alright, here's a nice side shot. Yeah, overall pretty sick. I like the color. I think the color's good. I like the tight faces on them. They look pretty sick, and looks like this bike is pretty big for him because he's got the seat slammed all the way down. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I think the saddle could probably tilt a little bit flatter, otherwise you're slipping a little bit forward. But other than that, I think it's pretty good. Cassette looks a little bit rusty, but usually good on these old bikes. They last for a while. Brakes look cool. I think they're the Mafak brakes, I think, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yeah, just some rust here and there. Older style lugs as well, probably like an 80s bike. Even got the little knurling or imprint on the rims for extra grip. Yeah, overall pretty sick. Pretty nice little cruiser. Not too much to it, I think. He said he wants some new derailleurs though, and some handlebars that are longer so I can get thumb shifters on there. Any tips? I would say, like, yeah, I wouldn't bother changing the derailleur or the front mech. I think they're both pretty good. If you do want to go lighter, maybe you can go a lighter rear mech, but I think it suits this bike overall. Keeps the time. And then for longer handlebars, you want thumb shifters. I would just move this to the stem here, and then you should be good. Otherwise, yeah, you can get new bars or whatever, but I would probably just move this over here, and then it's a little bit more comfy. I've done that with one of my old gravel bikes before. You can see it's quite sick. It's even got like a bottle opener right here. But yeah, that's basically it. Pretty sick overall. Nice one, Charles. Thanks for sending. All right, next up is Felix. Felix says, what's up, Gary? Roasting my first bike build. Okay, so he's got a bunch of parts. Uses commuter around Melbourne. Super light and super fun to ride. First up, I gotta roast him for, is this a Nike store? Yeah, it's a Nike store. He took his bike pick at a Nike store, so it's either a customer, and that's probably, they probably wouldn't appreciate that, or he works there, so he's kind of slacking off on work, so that's no good. Actually could just be storage out back so no one's watching. But yeah, definitely some type of Nike warehouse. Alright, couple of bike picks. Alright, let's see. So yeah, this is a Tsunami frame. I would say it's probably a size small, probably 52 centimeters. This is from AliExpress, about $350, I think, $300, $350. But they've actually got a pretty good rep overall, so I do respect it, and I think he picked the coolest color, the raw with the black. His crank arm is straight. There's no bottle cage on this, but I think that's okay for fixed gear. Keep it light. But a couple of points off for the front brake, definitely. I got to roast him for not having his axle slammed in the dropout. So yeah, losing a little bit of aero points here. And then he's got his rims have a brake track. So again, that's illegal for a fixie, but I guess he needs it on the front. Looks like he's running Continental up front, GP4s, and yeah, same on the back. But tan wall on the front, black on the back. Again, that's illegal. Stickers look pretty cool, I guess. I don't know what that is, City Loop. Yeah, overall pretty sick bike. Got some light wheels on there as well. Light saddle, light seat post. Yeah, pretty sick. Okay, his brake cable here is too long. So that needs a little bit of a trim. But overall pretty sick, I think. Pretty sick bike. I've been thinking about whether I should buy one of these AliExpress frames and do it up. See how it goes. He does have classic pedals on here, classic pedals and classic cages. I do think it does go a little bit against these kind of newer style frames, but yeah, not too bad on this one. It's just got some old style clips. I think these cranks are from AliExpress too, screen cranks. Yeah, it doesn't say, but he said he built the rear wheel himself, so that's great. And he has the front brake to avoid further skull fractures. So yeah, maybe I'll give him a pass on this, but I can't give him a pass for spelling brake wrong. All right, thanks a lot. Thanks, Felix. Thanks for sending. Cool bike. All right, next up is Nick. He just wants a review. This is some first build, so review for now. So he's a little bit shy as well. Budget, AliExpress parts from Slovenia. Thanks, Nick. All right, first up, very clean cassette. That's pretty sick. Bolt length are good on here. Everything looks pretty clean. You do have a little bent cable, but I think that's okay. That's kind of like I feel like that's kind of a first time build signature right there. All right, here's the top. Yeah, clean cable work. Even got the covering on the cables there. Nice front rack. Cables matches his stand there. Got a little skateboard here too. Is that Richter grip? Can't see it. Rear rack as well. Yeah, pretty sick build overall. Nice and clean. This is super clean for first build. The frame looks super fresh. Good little stick up front. Yeah, overall solid build. Not too bad with this setup as well. Pretty neat overall, as neat as you can get it. Got some upgraded cross-mark tires. Yeah, this frame looks brand new. Nice, that's a sick build. Nice job on that one. Thing looks good. Yeah, hell yeah. No bottom bottle cage though. Alright, thanks Nick. Awesome. Alright, next up is Tony. Please review my bike. Love the channel. Thanks Tony. It's a Parita frame from 90s. I bent the fork. Luckily, I find a matching fork. Greens from Germany. Okay, shout out Germany. Okay, this is just a review, so here it is. Yeah, overall pretty sick. I love the yellow saddle with the purple. I think that looks cool. Got a little bit of fade on the fork. You got a lot of thread showing here, but I think that's because you had to find a different fork to put it on. Single speed, dual canties, or is that V-brake? That's hydraulic on the back, hydraulic mix, and then a canty on the front. But yeah, overall pretty clean. Even the basket is nice and clean. Here's the front shot. Nice little sweat bars. Cable a little long on the front, but I think that's okay. Nice basket. Nice clean basket. Crate. Nexus. Yeah, it looks great. Nice. Nice job. This is a pretty clean build. Again. Alright. Just need some bottle cages. Nice one, Tony. Thanks for sending. Alright, next up is Martin. Martin said, good channel, good content, good vibes. Thanks, Martin. Shout out France. Massey mountain bike from 89. Give it good roast. Alright. Haven't seen a Massey mountain bike before. Alright, overall pretty sick, but gotta roast him for the yellow pedals, gotta roast him for the purple grips, and gotta roast him for this purple spacer. That's just too cute. Brook saddle looks okay. I actually don't mind it on this build, because with the green, if you disaccount the pedals and grips and the spacer, other than that, it looks pretty good. The cable looks good. Cable length looks good, no bottle cages again. Nice tire upgrade. Wheels for this, I feel like the wheels would be heavy, but it went single speed, so maybe that's alright. Saddle's seen better days on top. These bars look pretty cool, I think, as well. Got some Auris on there. Dior brake levers. These are the STX RX V-brakes, but they use canty kind of setup, which is a little bit weird. I've had them on a different bike before. Yeah, pretty clean build overall. Nice cable length. Got cable ends on there. New salmon pads. Nice one, Martin. Nice clean build. Should ride pretty nice. Alright, next up is the name is God Defend New Zealand, and he said, roast my lovely bike please. And says, this is the bike's comfortable, whether it's fun, fix the brakes, and got for free, couldn't imagine why. I hope I made good photos and such. Love you, kisses. Let's see if it's got a name. No name. Thanks, no name. Alright, here it is. I can definitely see why he got this for free. Yeah, this bike's definitely seen better days. I think he did a nice little setup with it though. I will just move me up there, but yeah, QR wrong side, crank facing the wrong way, no bottle cages, but he does have a bottle holder inside another bottle here, so props to that. I would say the rack is a little bit tilted, probably too much rust on the seat post there and too much seat posts. I feel like if his seat is here, his knees would go almost hitting his handlebars. Just, yeah, if you can see that. And then yeah, he might need a longer stem on this one. Here's the back shot. Nice bell. Grip shift is illegal again. Rusty spokes. Rusty chain. I think this is basically just a rust bucket that he did up. I do like this bottle holder though. I think that's pretty cool, but you just can't ride when it's raining, otherwise it'll fill up. But then you can get free water, just like how you like your free bike. This is the non-drive side shot. Looks good as well. least he kept his crank arm straight for the photos. Here's another shot. Little eye up front. Is that custom? Could be custom. Look at that stand in the dirt. Alright, here is his custom water bottle holder. Just used some wire, and he had a tonic water bottle, sparkling. So it was a classy guy drinking sparkling water, but then he rides a bike like this. But yeah, overall pretty sick. I'm glad you saved it. Nice bike, should get you around alright. Thank you. Next up is Jericho. Says, hey man, what's up? Big fan of your channel. Thanks Jericho, your bike collection is sick. Anyway, here's my bike giant. Just want an honest review. Have a good day. Alright, honest review. Let me see. Okay, overall I think looks sick. I like the stand with the basket up front. I think those two things are quite important, and it's quite helpful as well. I do think your cable length is too long here on the back. The front's alright. I don't like Brook saddles, but if it's if it's comfy for you, no problem. I think the graphics on the bike look cool. Giant with a pink drop shadow. Matches the blue grips. Michelin tire upgrade, country trails, they should be alright. Here's a little back shot. Yeah, nice bars. Pretty comfy overall. Another front shot here. Yeah, looks sick. I like how you were able to find a basket which is exactly the same size as your bike rack. That's pretty rare, I feel like. And yeah, on the front, yeah, super nice. Even got a bell on there. Running 3x7 looks like. Nice little town in the back. Where's this? Germany, did you say? Spain. Alright, yeah, looks nice at the back. Here's the bike. Sweet bike. Alright, that's it. Yeah, pretty nice build. Thanks, Jericho. That's a sweet bike. Alright, next up is Nathan. Hey, I love your videos. Thanks, Nathan. Here's a couple photos of my platypus. Alright, nice little, he said review/roast, so I would say this is a very Rivendell-esque shot. Kind of like if you were like reading an old novel from 1980s or 1960s, probably more 60s or 50s, and then yeah, it could be like a fantasy book. All right, here it is, pretty sweet. Saddle tilt back again, but the bars are high, so I think that's okay. I think it's still a tilt a little bit too back, but yeah, it must be comfortable for you if you have it like that. Got the little tie pump in there. Haven't seen that on a Riv before. How's that on there? We'll see if we got some more photos. But yeah, crank arm straight, bottom body cage. Rack is straight, basket is straight. Fenders look good, in good position. So far so good. I would say these little red tires are overkill. But maybe ran out of different colors. The bell is sick too. Grip job is good. You can see he really went hard on the Rivendell aesthetic, even with this kind of like twine grip job, and the brown grip tape on here kind of looks like, yeah, it looks like a bike out of Lord of the Rings or something. But that's basically it. That's the side shot. I just moved myself so you can see what it looks like overall. But yeah, pretty good, I think. Cool. Nice little details on this bike. Done it up. Looks like sweet build. Let's see if we can see the... yeah, I can't really see how this is attached, but yeah, that's probably handy. Alright, nice one. Thanks, Nathan. Nice bike. Classy bike. Alright, next up is Jan or Jan. Greens from Estonia, Gary. Thanks, Jan. Up for a roast, my rat bastard abomination. Alright, let's see. Used for daily transport and occasional grocery runs. He runs it single speed or fixed, depending. And he always has brakes because he's a bitch. And doesn't want to smash into traffic. Alright, first up, let's see what this is. Okay, so first up, got to roast him for the blurry out of focus picture. Probably was like too excited to send it in, and then he was probably shaking. Let's see if we can find a nice side shot. Alright, just a brake shot here, close up brake shot. Yeah, probably too much snow here. Fenders aren't helping that much. And then here is the funny basket on the front. Trying to be a cargo bike, but just has the basket. Just got a normal basket on here. Definitely would be front heavy, I think. Alright, got the old school bullhorn bars, brakes on the front and rear, it looks like. Short stem, little rust on the bolt there. Rust all through here. I think you can't really complain about the rust on this bike since it's riding in snow. gold hubs. It's quite interesting. All right, here's the side shot. I would say overall pretty good. Pretty sweet setup. I like the fenders and the brakes just because, yeah, it is snow season. So I can excuse you for running fixed with the brake. I'd just run the single speed if it was me. And then I feel like the position would be quite too aero, especially with the basket on the front. You don't want to be like falling over forwards on this. So I would probably have some more like upright bars if it was me, but yeah, or put the basket on the back because it seems a little too weighted on the front. Crank arm not straight, no bottle cage, wrong item in bottle cage, some rust on the chain again, but yeah, overall pretty sick. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, I feel like if you put this whole setup on the rear, it would look way more proportional and probably ride a bit better too. And also, yeah, missing accessory on C-post accessory mount. All right, overall not too bad. Yeah, sweet. Thanks, Jan. Thanks for sending. All right, next up is Donnie. Donnie says, "What's up, Gary?" What's up, Donnie? So me and Toasty Rides got him into bike builds, and it's our fault. He didn't say review or roast, so we just. Oh wait, it says feel free to roast away. Alright, first up, no bottle cage. Crank arm is straight though. I'm gonna roast you for this paint job. Looks a little over the top. Gonna roast you for 2 different brake bolts here as well. This is gonna be a colorful bike. Sorry guys, I can tell just by the tires already. I haven't even seen the cockpit. I do like these colt cranks though. That's a pretty sweet setup. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, actually not as colorful as I thought because he actually changed the tires, but he does have a bit of color with the bottle cage. So he got a point back here, bottle cage, but crank arm not straight. Quick release lever not in the right position. Cables look alright. The zip tie looks pretty ugly. Rose up the stem here. These tires look good, I think. Okay, Soma bars, friction shifter. Seems like 2x7 or 3x7. Got the Surly fork on there. Gotta roast you on the Surly fork for having too many mounts. Why does he have these cables for the brake line? Oh, I think because he ran a straight housing all the way through for the V-brake and he didn't use the eyelets. That seems strange. I feel like there would be another one somewhere here. Yeah, not sure why I did that, so points off for that. Alright, yeah, overall pretty sick. I think it was sneaky of him to send this picture in with these tires, and then he thought better. But yeah, here it is. Overall pretty sick, I think. Maybe just change the color of the bottle and you're good. Alright, thanks for sending. Cheers, Donnie. So next up is Jamie, and he says, "Hi, Garys Projects. I'd like to send you a bike frame from Cali for you to build up, potentially make a video, and is there any chance you can send me a neutral address where I can ship a bike box? I don't want your home address. Let me know. I have an extra frame you really like." Alright, I think that might be a little too expensive, so I might have to decline on that one, but I'll have a think about it. If you can send me a picture of the frame, then it'll probably make my job easier. But yeah, let me know. Cheers. So next up is Severin. He said roast submission. He said, "My brother is an old Trek 850. Ended up finding one for my girlfriend and found this 830. You and Bike Farm inspired to make this bike something I enjoy riding. Roast away. I already know what you're going to say. Just wasn't thirsty that day. Sorry, Sev. You're thirsty every day." Alright, here it is. No bottle in bottle cage. Pedals not straight. Crank arm may as well not be straight as well. White war tires are going to get super dirty. These aren't white wars. These are fully white as well. So, and they're not even white. They're kind of like a little yellowy stained, which I don't think is a good look. You only sent one pic, so yeah, gotta roast you for the pin cranks. Can't see the derailleur, but looks alright. Gonna roast you for some rust on the cassette. Wheels look good, not the tires of course. Cabling looks pretty good. I can't see because there's so many shadows, but it looks like the right length. Same with the back one. Yeah, overall pretty good. Not too bad. I like the upright bars. They look comfy. Maybe I'll roast you for the blue lug cliche reflector. Alright, that's basically it. Just change the tires and yeah, It'll look way better, I think. Thanks, Sev. All right, next up is Daniel. There's review, so let's take a look. All right, a couple of Google Drive images. I can't see them. All right, close-up pic of this. Looks like friction shifter, old style bike, maybe 80s style bike. Got some fresh pads on there. Got the old leather here, cleaning the hub. Looks good. Fenders look good. Got a custom cable job here. That looks pretty crazy. Matches the derailleur, which is cool. And then this crazy pink chain as well. Matches the cable end there. Alright, here's the bike. Here's the side shot. Yeah, it looks pretty sick overall. Nice one. Looks like you cleaned it up real well. And then got some fresh tires on there. I like this kind of custom bottle mount thing as well. 2 bottles on the back. Rack is a little not straight, but I think maybe because it's interfering with the bottles. Yeah, friction shifter, old school stem, upright bars, Brook saddle. Yeah, sweet build. Looks like it suits the bike overall. Got some MKS pedals, I think. Here's a little rack setup you can see. It's actually not touching, so I think you can tilt it forward a little bit. Got some custom grenade end caps here, valve caps, hutch cranks or chain ring at least. Old school BMX. Here's a little front shot. Here's what it looked like before. And yeah, after. Yeah, I think pretty sweet. Looks like you cleaned it up a lot. Made it your own. Sweet. Nice ride. Thanks, Daniel. Thanks for sending. Alright, next up is Marjan. And he says, love the vids and big fan of Ride Talk. Would love you to see you shred the gnar more. Not sure what that means. But yeah, thanks for that, Marjan. Cheap department store bike. Alright, let's see. He didn't say review or roast, so I think we'll just give it a look through. Alright, here it is. Pretty sweet. I feel like this has got to be the funniest thing when people put their toys on their bike. But it looks cool, I think. I like the tire upgrade. Overall stance is pretty sick. I like the fender on the front. No bottom body cage. Crank arm is not straight. Pedals not straight. Looks like a fun bike though. Got zip ties on the cables here, but it's not helping with the neatness. Here's non-drive side shot. Got some shocks up front, dual brakes, dual disc brakes, upgrade tires. Yeah, overall looks like a pretty fun bike. Looks like a cruisy mountain bike type deal. Pretty cool stance to it. Got the moto style grips with the flange. Yeah, I think this cable is a bit long. Didn't want to cut his cables. Riser bars, nice. Yeah, overall pretty sick. Seems like a pretty sweet build. This is like a nice custom build, I think. Looks like it would ride pretty nice as well. Alright, thanks Marjan. Nice bike, thanks for sending. Alright, next up is Josh, and he said roast. Hi Gary, happy with the roast. Trailblazer 3. First photo is the bike in current state. Second is when I got my hands on it. Have fun. Alright, let's see. Alright. And then he's got a third pick as well. Alright, so let's look. First pick. Second pick. So first pick, I'd say gotta roast you for increasing the brightness and contrast to make your bike look better from how it was before, and then tilting this seat on purpose just to make it look a bit worse. I would say crank arm not straight, no bottle cage, rack looks not straight as well. I do like these clunker bars, and the seat post looks really clean, looks brand new. Uneven brake rim wear more on the back. Cabling work looks pretty decent except for the front. Looks a bit messy there. Let's keep going. Here's what it was before. So it looks like he kept the wheels and he updated this stuff and the cranks and the bars and all the other stuff. Here it is with no rack up front. Crank arm is straight on this, no bottle cage. Decided he needed a tool after though. It's a nice yellow bike, I'd say. Here's the fresh bars, fresh brake levers, fresh drivetrain, micro shift. Cable hanger setup, brake setup looks pretty clean with new pads as well. That's nice. The paint job looks way better when you can actually see the sparkles. I think he he just increased the contrast and everything too much because he wanted to make it look real good, but it actually looks better when you can see the paint job itself. It's pretty sick paint. I'd say a little, maybe half a point off here for a frayed cable or clamping too tight. Just minor though. Holy rollers, nice, upgraded. I think these are Welgo repop ones, repop bear trap type deals. Avant X on the back. Yeah, cable looks good. New cassette looks good. Yeah, overall pretty sick. Pretty sweet build, I think. Just got to straighten that basket up front and you're good. Nice. Thanks one. Nice one, Josh. Thanks for sending. All right, next up is MR Moses from Sydney. And hey, Gary, love channel. Thanks, Moses. Single speed conversion, lug steel frame. The roast will help this bike get nicer. Thanks. All right, so I don't think the roast is going to help, but first thing I'm going to roast you for is the bike the bike geometry on this. This is a crazy slack seat tube angle, and are these original forks? It seems like the forks are bigger than the frame for some reason, and then it would change the geo. But I feel like he wouldn't. Yeah, I feel like he wouldn't go to the hassle of putting new forks on this type of frame. But yeah, I will say the geo looks a little, looks a little bit laid back on the seat and like tight on the front, but seems like it would ride all right still. All right, let's see. Got to roast you for too many DVDs here. Running a DVD collection. Let's see what he's got. Okay, Snatch. I like Snatch. That's a good movie. Reservoir Dogs, classic. It's got 7. Sin City was alright, but I feel like too much footage in black and white. It's kind of hard to see this. Training Day is good. Wolf of Wall Street is good. These are kind of like default guy movies, I feel like. Babel is a little bit of a deeper one, I'd say. Avatar is definitely not a deep one. Alright. He likes classic cars as well, old hot rods, and he likes bowling because he's got a bowling pin sign, so maybe he was like an ex-bowler. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, gonna roast you for the rack not being straight. Looks like it's been bent, and this is crazy. Bent cable here as well. I like the stand on the bike. Stand's good, but you're leaning up against the wall. Reflect on the front and reflect on the back. All right, here's the front. Oh, those grips, I don't know about those. Non-matching color and a little bit dirty too. long reach brake levers. All right, QR in acceptable position. Wheels look newer than the bike, so maybe got a wheel upgrade on this. Parallax hubs. Here's the back. All right, more old stuff here in the back. Got a fireplace wood going on as well. All right, yeah, pretty sweet. Rack is level. I don't believe this. It's level, but this is bent right here. Look, you can't tell me you look at this bike and you say this rack is straight. That's a nice little pick right there. All right, what did he ask for? He said, yeah, he asked for a roast. I was lucky because I roasted it. But I think, yeah, I think he had it in here. So that was good. We were able to work it out. All right, nice bike overall. Thanks for sending. Just fix up those few things and yeah, you're goody. Cheers. All right, next up is Owen. All right, Owen says, love channel in your reviews, roast review vids. Thanks, Owen. I appreciate that. He drove a couple of hours for a 25 Facebook bot find. So yeah, he said review. Otherwise, I'd roast him for this. This is just probably spent $25 on petrol just getting the student back. But he did ask for a review, so... Oh no, he says slip in a roast or two. So this is one roast. I already used up my one roast here. Maybe I got a second one. Okay. Rally 90s, early 2000s, I'd say is, yeah, probably late 90s. Double bud tubing, okay. Chromo Infinity. Okay, this is before. And this is after. All right, yeah, pretty sick. Pretty sick setup. So he changed the tires, the saddle, and the grips, and took the bar ends off. But yeah, pretty clean build. I actually don't mind the purple and the brown. I feel like they go all right. But I guess I have to use my second roast here. I feel like the grips are over the top. Once you put the brown grips on, it's like too much. But yeah, other than that, it looks pretty sick. Pretty clean build. 1x7. bottom bottle cage, crank arm not straight. Here's next is Nissan Alaskan or Albertan truck. Pretty badass truck. Alright, nice bike. Yeah, pretty sweet. Overall, I think. Looks like the frame cleaned up real nice as well. Looks pretty, looks like it's been T-cut or at least washed up. Looks pretty clean there. Here it is in the back. The old bike. Picked it up in his truck, so yeah. I think when you got a truck like this, you don't mind driving, so went for a nice drive. And then the last thing, sent from his Samsung smart fridge. Looks like his fridge is better than my phone at the moment, so yeah, appreciate that. Alright, nice bike. Pretty sweet setup. Thanks, Owen. Thanks for sending. Cheers. Alright, next up is Alex. And I think Alex will be the last one, so let's check it out. Put my face here on the basket again. Hey Gary, check out my cargo bike. I know the crank arm's not straight, but what else? Cheers, Sasha. I love it how people take the photo and then when they send the email, they already know it's wrong, so they got to mention it here to save themselves from further embarrassment. Alright, I was going to say that your cargo fork is not straight, but it's on the stand, so maybe when it's not on the stand, we'll check it out to see if it is straight or not, but it looks a little bit off from the angle. I do like the tire upgrade on the front. This looks like a massive tire, like 2.5 or something, maybe 3. Holy roll on the back, no bottle cages, gonna be thirsty. Maybe you can chuck your bottles up front though. Seat post is dirty. Non-matching rims, non-matching brake style, running a full 3-biker set, but no way to change it unless you do it with your hand. Upgraded the back. Alright, upright bars look cool. Got some e-bike bars on there. And long little fender here. I'm not sure what this is going to do. I guess this is to stop spray back from going up. But it looks quite far away for some reason. Maybe the spray would come up here too. I'm not sure. In this direction. Alright, here's a little front shot. Got the mongoose stem here. Light on the front. Yeah, pretty sweet setup. Oh, he's got a fender on the front here too, so that's good. I do like the stand basket combo. Alright, I think that's basically it. Yeah, not too much to roast actually. I think overall pretty good. I think maybe just, just give these hedges a trim back here and then you should be good. Alright, that's it. Thanks for sending. Hope you liked it. If you sent, I will get to it soon. Doing it once a week again. This is 3rd week in a row, so yeah, going pretty good on that. And yeah, hope you like it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next one. Peace!